would say probably from the audience, it's nice to be outside and have that open space. It's just more of a challenge sound-wise on stage to like hear everything and then keep it as tight as usual. I kind of like, as much as I like open spaces and nature in daily life, when it comes to music, I kind of like spaces and walls and things that sound can like bounce off of and come back at me, you know, just like the physicality of that I prefer. Well, we've done a lot of touring. I mean, I've pretty much been on tour since it came out, off and on. Did some band tours, and then my most recent tour before this was an acoustic tour, so we were doing acoustic versions of these songs, and that was a bit of a challenge, but in a good way, you know. It was very, very intimate, very quiet, and more delicate, I think. But also playing them loud and with the electronics and everything is cool, and it's really fun, so I'm happy to be doing that again. I don't know, yeah, it's been cool. Just been touring a lot and playing these songs a lot, yeah. Well, part of the way that Pain is Beauty, the album, came about is when Ben joined my band like 3 or 4 years ago, whatever it was, we started writing these electronic songs kind of just naturally. He was writing some electronics and I would sing over it, and then we'd work on the arrangement together. And originally we were going to do a sort of side project with it, actually. But over time, I realized that I don't really want to place restrictions on my own project, on the Chelsea Wolfe project. So we started playing them live with the band, and it felt really good. And I feel like the response was good, and I had fun doing it. So when it came time to make a new album, I knew I wanted to start with some of those electronic songs and build from there. I mean, I use the term stage fright because I don't really know what else to call it. For me, it's more of like a claustrophobic feeling, because being up in front of people isn't something that comes naturally to me. And I'm not complaining in any way, but it's just something that I constantly have to overcome. I love writing music and writing songs, and I love recording. That's my favorite part of the process. But I know that to take this seriously, I also have to play live, and so that's why I do it, you know. But it's a challenge, you know. I mean, I think the easiest thing for a record store would probably be alternative, because I guess it's a little bit of everything, but it's kind of experimental. I mean, I have a hard time sticking to one genre, and that's why I don't really, you know, I just kind of combine all my different influences and inspirations. And I come from country music playing family, and I feel like I have folk roots, because the first music I made was very just like folk songs and a little bit country. But as I got older, I started writing rock and roll songs and, you know, keyboard, piano songs. So I just combine it all in my own way, I guess. No, I mean, I was a fan of his before, so it was definitely flattering to hear that he was covering the song. And he emailed me and said hello, and, you know, I said hello. You know, I think it'd be fun to sing with him for real someday. He has a great voice. You know, I love his work in Queens of the Stone Age and stuff. So, yeah, it's cool. I lived in LA, like downtown LA, Los Angeles, for like 3 years, the past 3 years, and recently I just moved about an hour north into the mountains, into a really quiet community, because I just felt like I had kind of I'd done my time there. You know, like I really think it's a great place to get work done and move forward. But it's also very like noisy and very crowded, and there's a lot going on all the time. So I wanted to kind of get away from that, and so I just moved to this place. It's really quiet and has all new sounds and everything. It's, you know, just the birds and the wind and everything. So that's been really great. I've just been working on new songs pretty much when I'm not on tour for the past 6 or 8 months, and you know, working on a new album. So I just work a lot, I guess. I'm gonna record a new album this winter, and I don't know exactly when it'll be finished yet, but I'm sure it'll come out next year.
La sucias en las calles.